Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have a new collection from HAPA KRISTIN to review for you guys, and these are called Born to be Christine. When I first saw these two colors, which consist of grey and brown, when I saw them on Instagram, I just thought that they are just very gorgeous, and one thing that really attracted me to this the most is possibly the grey color, okay? But before we get started into that, let's get the review started. First of all, like I said before, it consists of two colors, grey and brown, and the diameter is actually pretty small. It leans to a 12.4mm, which I think is actually a pretty decent size. It's actually not enlarging but natural enough to give you that natural, seamless, beautiful eye look, and I think that's what it's trying to attract. I don't think it's trying to attract more towards the natural looking, because this one did say that it is trying to give you that cool sultry look, which I totally agree. I added the word sultry there because I just think that it's really gives me this sultry vibe. I also love the name of the colors, because the grey one they actually called icy grey and the brown one is called pumpkin brown, which I think really matches to the color itself. Let's jump straight into the grey one first, and I have to say guys, when I first put this grey on, I was like, okay, it is actually very bright, it's very cool looking. It really shows the iciness, like the cool grey, light grey color on my eye, which I think is really gorgeous. And what I really appreciate about this particular collection, I'm not sure if they do for the others, but I did notice on the website they really do show how it looks like on light, medium, dark eyes, which I think is pretty awesome, because then you guys get to see how it looks like as well. Because for me, my natural eye color is like dark brown, so whatever bright eye color contact I tend to put on tends to be leaning much more towards the darker side. But for this particular icy grey one, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. It really just emphasized the actual color that it emphasized when I see it on, on hand before I actually put it on the eyes. And I love how small this diameter is, but also give me that enlargement as well because of the rim. Now the rim really reminds me of, I believe, Peaceful Christine, which I'll put side by side. It has all the stripiness on the outer part, and it's been ages since I last saw like a stripiness outline for HAPA KRISTIN, because I remember when I first started using HAPA KRISTIN, all I care about was that stripiness, because I believe that when it has all those lines on the outer part, it sort of blends into your iris to give you more of that natural eye look. And by doing this one, it just really emphasizes the border, but also at the same time blends really nicely, if that makes sense. I also like that this really reminds me of Dollar Christine as well, which I noticed that they did compare the color comparison, because I remember when I first used the Dollar Christine, number one, it was really big for me. Number two, I also noticed that the color was so beautiful. It was so like icy cool as well, and it gave me like this dolly girl eye look, which I really like. And I did mention in that video is that I wish that they would release something smaller, and I really feel like this is very similar to this Born to be Christine icy grey one, but this Born to be Christine is definitely much more cooler towards the dolly one. The dolly one, you still see more of that dark grey blend into it, if that makes sense, but this particular grey one is much more lighter, much more cooler, much more whiter looking, which I'm not complaining. I just think it's gorgeous when it matches to the border itself. Okay, I think I spent a really long time on this grey one, but let's jump into the brown one now. The brown one, pumpkin brown, just like the name, just imagine a pumpkin where you have that orange and brown towards it. This is what you see on the eye as well. But at the same time, I feel like this particular brown do remind me of like the real ring brown from OLENS, which I put like a side-by-side comparisons for you guys as well. However, I feel like with this particular brown, I find it much more natural looking compared to the real ring one, because I felt like the real ring one was too yellowy for me. However, with this particular brown, I actually don't mind the brown orange undertone to it, which I think actually suits my eyes more, and it just makes it looks like very like cat eye, sultry, but very subtle at the same time, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. However, I have to say that with this one, I can definitely see much more of my iris compared to the grey one. I felt like the grey one, because it consists of that grey with that black border, I don't see much of my iris, and because it's leaning towards much more of the smaller diameter, I feel like with this brown one really emphasizes my eye, my natural eye a bit more, if that makes sense. I just felt like it just makes my eyes look a bit smaller, which I'm not complaining because I still think that this is actually really beautiful. I love the color of it. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and it has a little bit of like that sun ray pattern on the middle of the eye as well, which I think is beautiful. If I have to pick which one I actually prefer, the gray and the brown, I definitely have to say the gray one because it really just makes my eyes look like really sexy, very smoky. I actually did the smoky eye look as well, and I just felt like it paired really nicely with the gray, even though the model itself is trying to give you more of that natural eye look, not a lot of eye makeup, just, you know, mascara, but I just went like 360 and just did like a smoky eye look. But I just thought that it's a beautiful combo. I absolutely love it, and I feel like this actually just suits anybody really. Like, I actually did think that this is actually really beautiful. I also forgot to mention, currently they only release in 1 month, but knowing HAPA KRISTIN, if this do well, they'll probably release the 1-day one, which I would totally get the gray color of this one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys will try these colors out, whether you tried both, whether you tried the gray or the brown. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.